like a sundial.
Oh,
I'm assuming it's a sundial because I don't think they were. I mean, they dial. Is it? He's a sex phone operator now, and you dial his phone number and speak to him, and his sex phone operator name is Destiny.
1969 space race.
Nice.
Is that Chris Pratt you're talking about again?
No, that's Harrison Ford. Since the new
I
Indiana
know, I know,
Jones
I know. I was
movie
messing with
is
you.
since the new Indiana Jones movie is Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. So you dial 1877 hot sex and you talk to Harrison Ford using a breathy, like feminine voice, and he calls himself Destiny.
Hi, this is Destiny.
Jerk it.
So is it like dial like a
The Pelican Manifest. Kneel,
like a
kneel before me. Oh,
a
God.
rotary
Like
phone
Forrest Gump?
type deal? Is that what we're talking here? Harrison
Yeah,
Harrison Ford and the rotary phone.
yeah, Harry Ford,
Harry
Harrison.
Ford's rotary phone. That's the new name of the movie. It's no longer Indiana Jones. It's Harry Ford.
His phone number still Klondike 7739.
He's kind of through the party line stuff. Yeah.
So, in case you guys haven't figured it out, we are going to talk about movies today, since like 800,000 fucking trailers dropped the past couple days.
Before we get into that, I watched a movie yesterday, uh, Black Adam,
How was it?
which I was expecting a train wreck, and it wasn't the train wreck I was expecting. So it was semi-entertaining, which is I think the best I can give it. It was too long, but every movie's too long. Um, I liked James Bond as Doctor Fate. It was Pierce Brosnan James Bond as Doctor Fate. That was pretty
Nice.
cool. I was worried that they were gonna do too much with like introducing too many heroes as well as Black Adam, but they kind of just shoved them in real quick and did it pretty well, almost like a backdoor pilot. So I don't know if they're getting a Justice League movie, like Justice Society movie later or not, but it was probably worth a watch. Like I wouldn't watch it again, but it was definitely worth a watch.
Okay.
That's fair to know. For as much as bad press as
Look
that
pretty.
got,
Yeah.
I thought for certain it's got to at least be watchable.
Yeah, it's fine.
You know, because it's funny how some movies are. Sometimes you get all the good press in the world, and it's like, yeah, it's okay. But then sometimes you get like absolutely slammed, and generally it's the same thing. Yeah, it's okay. I mean, it's
Yeah.
kind of works both ways. You don't really know. I mean, that's good to know, though. I might have to check that out then.
It was pretty violent too. Like it was um, the Venom movies are horrible and not worth a watch, either of them.
I like them.
But you want them to be violent, and I think they're rated PG or PG-13. Like there's very little gore and stuff. This one's rated PG-13, and there's some pretty good gore. The Rock's killing people left and right, and there's like blood and stuff.
Nice.
Pretty cool.
Now, see, I actually liked the Venom movies. I didn't like some of the liberties it took, especially with Cletus Cassidy. Like I thought they ruined Carnage, but and I feel like the way they did
I
Shriek,
fell
I didn't
asleep
like
trying to
either.
watch that twice. So yes.
Yeah, see, I really liked the movies. There were just certain things I wish that they changed, like especially the second one with Carnage. I feel like they ruined Carnage, like that he should have been. Without giving away any spoilers, they should have done more with him, and whatever. But that's good to know about Black Adam, because Peyton and I, all we were supposed to go to the movies today. We didn't end up going because timing got screwed up. But I was going to take him to go see either Black Adam or Black Panther. We hadn't decided, and we didn't end up seeing either. But
Black Adam's available on Amazon now, which means it's available other places.
good to know. Good to know.
Yeah, that's actually one of the only ways I get to see a lot of newer movies is if it has a cross release, because we just don't. I mean, ever touch the theater hardly.
Cross release.
Yeah, that's it.
Totally legal, legitimate means of watching.
And it's
movies.
not a movie, but I watched the first half of the Wednesday series on Netflix.
How was it?
The Tim Burton Addams Family thing. I liked it. It was Tim Burton-y, but not overly so. Like there's no Helena Bonham Carter yet. Like I said, halfway through, which is cool. The chick that plays Wednesday Addams has been in a couple of other things, and she's hot. That's cool. And
Isn't she like 12?
no, she's older. Well, not older. She's not our age. She's in her 20s. She was in a movie called X, which is about. I think it takes place in the 70s. These people are going to go film an X-rated movie, and they wind up getting killed off one by one. So she was old enough to be naked in that, or nearly naked in that. So, yeah.
Fair enough.
And Christina Ricci has a part in Wednesday too, which I guess they're going to do something else with her later as it goes through. It seems like she's going to be more important than what they're making her out to be right now. But
Cool.
It's always cool to see Christina Ricci and stuff.
Yeah. She's not in nearly enough that, last thing I can remember her really being in was Black Snake Moan.
She was just in a series called Yellow Jackets that was also really good, about a girls' soccer team that crashes in the woods, like wilderness. And they do back, it takes place during the crash and in the future. So you know what happened to some of them, but you don't know the horrible secret that happened while they were out in the wilderness trying to survive. And
Did they eat somebody?
plays it. A nut. Like her character's she's totally insane and like a psychopath, and that's just is a really good character for her. And she was pregnant while they were filming that, but they hit it well. She's also like 5'0" nothing. Like I've met her in real life.
She got. It looks like she has a giant head. Is that accurate to
It's
say?
just because of the way she's super skinny. So you got the super skinny with the giant head thing. It doesn't look as bad in real life.
Okay. I mean, I'm not talking shit on her. Trust me, but I just,
I got a little printout of the picture right there.
Oh, no,
Oh, cool. Awesome.
It's awesome.
I got to touch her. I had to pay. I got to touch her.
Lucky you, and also now once this gets released, she's going to file a restraining order.
That's cool.
She's one of our 3 fans.
Another one.
Did you ask her to fart and then inhale real deep? that might have been what got the first one. All right, so
as long as Johnny Hedge doesn't listen, we're good.
That's true.
Yeah,
or the Chupacabra. Have you watched any of the new season of Titans?
No,
I haven't either. I need to.
I am watching the last season of Stargirl though, and it's okay. It's one of the ones that started out really good and then got like worse as it went on.
I still
which I think is why it's getting canceled.
Yeah. Is it like the whole thing getting canceled now?
I think there's like one more season of The Flash too. So yeah, I think they're starting to wind everything down. I don't know if Doom Patrol got picked up for another season or not. I hope it did, because that's my favorite out of all of them.
It did. It's coming. They just did an announcement of shit. They're doing? They're getting towards the end of it though, because they're bringing in Space Case. I can't remember what her name is. Casey.
Sandman got a second season pickup too, which is good because that first season was awesome.
Yeah. So, all right, let's get into
movies.
The movies.
Yeah,
we were talking about Chris Pratt, who's playing Cocaine Bear.
Yeah, a whole slew of movie trailers got released. We kind of knew some of these were coming out, obviously, but the trailers dropped recently. And in fact, Chris Pratt's Cocaine Bear is going to be absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I don't like the voice he did,
though.
Cocaine.
The insane thing too. Let's talk about Cocaine Bear. And I guess the movie is
from you.
Well, it's based in Kentucky. The movie is, but it's not where the actual story took place in.
This isn't a Florida story. I figured if there was cocaine and wildlife, it was a Florida story.
No, this is a real.
It's based on it, loosely based on a real thing.
Yeah.
But the Cocaine Bear is actually it's stuffed in Kentucky. Like,
they put a fucking sideways hat on it and a chain. Did you see it? And sunglasses.
Yes, I've seen, and it's actually at a mall. It's just one of those oddball things that hey, people come to check out. But now it's so the movie's loosely based off a real story, And it's actually kind of interesting. Have you guys like know much about the real story at all, or?
Just what I read about for the thing.
Ever since I heard about it, I've read every story that I could find on it.
Yeah, it peppered the internet. There's all sorts of fun stuff about it. It's been around for quite a while. Actually, it's one of those things that we've talked about this on this pod before, like the weird New Jersey type stuff, roadside America, some of those weird things you find around the country. This happens to be one of those things that you find, like I said, in our state here. But this thing actually just happens to be here, but it's not actually from here. If I remember correctly, it was, where was that story out of?
He just settled in Kentucky.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's a carpetbagger.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So here's what the just for the uninitiated, this is kind of what this is about. So Cocaine Bear was briefly famous in 1985 when it was found dead after eating roughly $15 million worth of cocaine from a duffel bag dropped from a drug smuggler's airplane.
We're not talking about a hirsute homosexual man. We're talking about the actual animal bear.
Right.
So it says the smuggler Andrew Carter Thornton II was the wealthy son of an elite Kentucky horse breeding family. So that's the connection there. But he jumped out of an airplane, and they said they speculate he must have hit his head on the tail of the airplane.
Not the bear, the dealer guy, or the
dealer, not the bear. Yeah, not the bear. But and at the same time, a bag must have fallen out of his hands or whatever, or something fell out of the plane. But he was unconscious and never opened his parachute, and he ended up in a driveway in Knoxville, Tennessee. And so around his body, they said, and what the other thing too that was crazy was that when he jumped out of his plane, he put it on autopilot and just was aiming it for the ocean. So along the flight path toward wherever the plane ended up were 9 duffel bags of cocaine that trickled out. So some unfortunate bear found one and supposedly ate all 76 pounds of it.
Yeah. And so you know who's
cocaine?
You know who's in the movie, right?
Chris Pratt. We said it already.
Yeah, we know that.
Well,
yeah,
Chris Pratt plays the bear, but
yeah,
Kerry Russell's in it, and what may be his last actual film performance, Ray Liotta.
Yep. Oh. Yeah, they said it was going to be his first movie role since that in a release since he's passed away. So,
and it was directed by Elizabeth Banks. So,
yeah. So there's movies loosely based on it. It's more looks like a horror flick. I don't know. It's interesting though.
I, for one, welcome our new cocaine bear overlords.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like it's one of those things that just kind of like trickled around the internet for a long time, and now it was good enough to like, hey, let's just make a movie.
Yeah,
again, loosely based off of it, but it's crazy. It really is. It's one of those. I think Bob, you talked about this with me a tad bit. Very snakes on a plane-ish.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of in that regard.
To me, it sounded like Tusk almost. Like somebody had this idea and said, "Should I make this movie?" And the internet said, "Sure," and he made it.
Yeah,
sounds about right. So speaking of horror movies, and we're jumping around a little bit because that's coming out February 24th. So we're jumping around a little bit as far as release dates, but obviously, Violent Night has released. That was one I wanted to go see, which I will be seeing at some point. David Harbour plays Santa Claus, and I guess from what I gather from the trailer, a little girl's family they're having a home invasion done on them, and so she wishes for Santa Claus to come and save them. And so Santa Claus, David Harbour, comes in.
Hellboy's David Harbour.
Yes, Hellboy's David Harbour comes in and with his red right hand destroys all of the home invaders. And it looks fucking batshit insane, and I love every second of it. I can't wait to see this.
Oh, I didn't realize Luigi was in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. John Leguizamo himself.
Oh, John Leguizamo. I don't recognize him. He's not my Luigi. He's not my Luigi. Charlie Day is my Luigi.
That's funny. So that shows
neither of them are Italian, and I'm upset by that. I'm gonna boycott.
Yeah, John Leguizamo. Can John Leguizamo just disappear?
No.
He hit his peak when he filmed The Pest. We don't need John Leguizamo for anything else at this point.
He did Spawn, the clown. He was good as the clown in Spawn.
Yeah, was he though?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
No,
But
no.
speaking of other,
I'm sure I've seen him in other things, but I said Mario and that are the only two things I can think of.
The Pest.
Yeah.
I never saw The Pest.
There's been something else I remember seeing him in, but I can't remember what it was. I'm sure it wasn't any good.
I'm Luigi Mario. He's Mario Mario.
Was he on one of those like reality house shows where they live together because they're washed up celebrities?
I think he's got money from somewhere. He seems to work regular.
No, he does. That's the thing. He works. He does work regularly, and I don't understand why. Oh, he was Bruno in Kanto.
Yeah, and he does. He's voiced in every single Ice Age movie.
We don't talk about Bruno.
No. That fantastic movie. But so speaking of horror or Christmas violent movies,
he was in Moulin Rouge and he's in Romeo and Juliet. I forgot he played.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, did he play Tybalt?
Yes, he did.
Yeah. So the other horror Christmas movie that's coming out is The Mean One, which is a parody of The Grinch, but it's a horror movie.
Yeah.
where the Grinch kills Cindy Lou Who's mother, and then Cindy Lou Who grows up and comes back to her hometown of whatever the fuck they end up calling it. It's not Whoville.
It's
like Newville or something.
Yeah, it's real close, but it's a play on it.
And so, and then he comes back and she tries to kill him, I guess. So I gotta see it. I have to. It's so fucking. It looks so bad, but the mask is so good for the Grinch. I don't know if you guys have seen it or not.
I've seen a little bit of the trailer and stuff. When does that one hit? Is that already out?
Good question. Let me. I don't even remember how I bumped into that. I think I saw it on IMDb or something like that. Let's see. It says it's a 2022 film, so it comes out December 9th.
Okay. Yeah. So
I guess apparently it hasn't come out yet. But what about the Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey?
Yes, that looks good too. I want to see that.
February 15th. So it's not out for a couple months yet.
All right. Well, good. I mean, I'm not gonna have a date for Valentine's Day, so I'll go see that. Save my money and go see that the day after.
Oh bother!
I can't wait for that because it actually looks good too. Like, except for like I'm gonna have nightmares from Piglet because Piglet looks fucked up. He looks like what was the character in Manhunt with the pig mask?
But in Play Manhunt.
Oh, I know who you're talking about, and I can't remember the name of the character though, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. Because I never played it. The only thing I really saw of it was because I hate stealth games.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember watching you and Brooks play it.
Yeah, I used to love those because I used to love playing like Thief and some of those where you have to hide in the shadows, and I was like those games because they weren't. I was always pretty awful at the rampaging FPSs. So I love those where you kind of had to sit back and kind of make your move. Manhunt was the first one was pretty interesting though because it was one of those things that was really like the critics did not like it at all because it was pretty violent for what it was.
Yeah.
I mean, you open the game with a plastic bag as your first weapon, so you can imagine what you have to do.
Well, that's why I kind of wanted to get the one that came out for the Wii where you had to actually act shit out.
Yeah.
But I never did. I kind of want to try it now, though. I mean, I'm sure it's probably terrible, but
yeah, I don't know that stuff really holds up all that well, but no, I know exactly what you're talking about though. With the pig-headed character.
Yeah.
Now, looking at though some of these other movies that we were talking about, we might as well just talk about it since we had a new trailer release for it. But with the new animated Super Mario movie coming out, which Chris Pratt is actually in.
Yeah. You mean he's not actually Cocaine Bear?
No, well, I mean, it could be. We don't know that.
It's a me, Cocaine Bear.
Exactly. We don't know that. So yeah, I know we've all seen the trailer, right? Rich, you got any thoughts on the second trailer of that one?
I wasn't that fond of either trailer. I mean, and I posted this on the Facebook. This isn't a movie for me, so I'm not taking anything too serious. This is definitely for kids. Like my nephews are gonna love this. But I don't know. I like what they're doing with Bowser. He looks big and scary. Like everyone else, I don't like Chris Pratt's accent. It's just I don't know, and they're cramming like there was during the trailer. Somehow they play Mario Kart, so they're gonna have a whole Mario Kart section with Rainbow Road. When he's fighting Donkey Kong, it's the like straight out of Smash Brothers. So they're smashing together a pile of other things in there, and then there's a platform like out of nowhere. There's a platforming section where he's got to jump across the platforms and avoid. And now that I'm thinking about it, it's even weirder because it's in a 3D space, but he's avoiding like the spinning fire.
Yeah,
Thing where
slash in the
he
face.
just moved to the left a little bit, like
Yeah.
it wouldn't hit him anymore.
Well, I think
I don't know. I mean, I'm sure they're going to have reasons why they're doing all that, but I don't know.
That looked
I'm
like
just
it
not
was.
interested.
That looked like it was like a training course that they have
Yeah.
that they use. Like I think it looks fantastic, and honestly I don't mind Chris Pratt's voice because you can't do Charles Martinet's Mario voice the entire movie.
No, but
That would be
you
grating as fuck.
when you start with an accent, you keep it. He's got the same Brooklyn. Oh, I'm sorry, not the same. This we're going to do a simile. His Brooklyn accent is to Mario as the English accent was to Keanu Reeves, Jonathan Harkness in Dracula. Whoa, it's Dracula, forsooth.
that's a fair
enough.
point. I enjoyed it, and only for kind of the sheer fact of what you just
go
mentioned,
against the
though.
accent. Like if you go back to Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, everyone there's got an accent except for Kevin Costner because he's just like, I'm not going to do this. Fuck it. It's fine.
Just give me my paycheck.
Yeah.
But the things that you mentioned though, with the homage to Mario Kart and with Donkey Kong and Smash, and actually it looked like in the trailer it was the red platforms from Donkey Kong.
Mm-hmm.
So that I always thought it's cool. I think you're kind of including a lot of different elements, but they also I think are paying a nice homage to all these games that have been released over the years.
The adorable toads who were going
to. Yeah, I mean you're doing a
was
lot, and I think they're kind of poking fun at themselves too. I mean that's the thing. We all know that some of the stuff is so outlandishly goofy, and but yeah, I think it's going to touch a couple of good audiences. Really geared for kids, obviously, but for people like us who grew up with it. I mean,
I'm definitely going to watch it, but I'm kind of like with Black Adam. I'm going to go in there expecting nothing, and hopefully it'll be an entertaining.
Yeah, I'm not expecting it to be a knockout of the park. At this point though, it looks good enough. I'm not really a huge fan of the way some of the voice work's done, but I do like the actors doing it too. I do enjoy Chris Pratt's work, and I do enjoy obviously Charlie Day's work, and there's a bunch of other people in there that are awesome.
And the toads don't look like dinosaur things. It's all messed up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My take on it is this. I still think that Danny DeVito should have been involved in some way, shape, or form, either as Mario or as live action Yoshi.
And he's Italian.
Yeah. Well, no, and that's the thing. Like, I really, if I had my pick, I like the rest of the cast. I would have cast Danny DeVito as Mario, and then it would have been done. But then again, would Danny DeVito have done it knowing that Charlie Day is Luigi, and then they're essentially casting the rest of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia as Mario and Luigi?
I mean, you could just do what? Dennis could be Mario.
Dennis could be Princess Peach. D could be Toad.
Hank Azaria can't play the Quickie Mart guy anymore, but we can have Charlie Day and Chris Pratt as this is sad. This is wrong. It's racist.
Right, Listen, Leguizamo, easy over there.
And
But
Bob
no,
Hoskins. Bob Hoskins as our Mario. That was wonderful. His accent was still better than Chris Pratt's accent.
yeah, and he's British.
Yeah.
Or was British.
Yeah.
Now he's worm food.
Except those
Oh.
Goombas in that movie look like something straight out of a broken alien movie.
Yeah, they were fucking terrible.
And
But
Toad was played by Fisher Stevens, our wonderful Indian actor from Short Circuit.
yes.
Yeah.
Who was on It's Always Sunny.
Was he?
Yeah.
I think Hackers was the last thing I saw him in.
But
Plague.
moving on from that, which my opinion, like I said, I think it all looks great. I'm super excited about
Best
it.
Mario, though, before we go, best Mario was definitely Captain Lou Albano.
Captain Lou.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
Italian, fat, hairy Mario. Looked like a plumber.
He did. He looked like his name could have been Mario.
And that other guy whose name I can't think of who died not too long ago was a great Luigi, too. Yeah.
He was. I really wish that they would have been able to play the live action Mario and Luigi. That would have been great. But so moving on to another Chris Pratt project is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, which did you guys see the Christmas special?
Not yet.
No, I haven't watched it yet.
Christmas special is fantastic. I highly recommend it. Kid friendly too. So, but Guardians of the Galaxy 3, the trailer dropped.
We don't get to see Groot Bone.
I mean, he might.
I guess he wouldn't bone. He would pollinate. We don't get to see Groot pollinate.
Yeah. He might pollinate, but they do it off screen. Or, I mean, there's a lot of it where you only see him from the chest up, so he might be pollinating from his lower branches. But the
a three-way group, Manus and not Manus. Is her name Manus?
Mantis,
yeah. And John Cena. No, Batista.
John Cena.
No, he was in it. You just couldn't.
You just can't see him. Yeah.
I can't remember. I can't remember Batista's character.
Drax.
Yeah, thank you.
But that should have been. You know what? James Gunn has the in now. He should have had John Cena somehow show up in Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Different universes.
So
it's DC.
That don't matter. No, I'm not saying as
you want to ask Peacemaker.
Yeah, I'm not saying as Peacemaker. He could be the make piecer.
He could just be John Cena.
He could just be John Cena. But he should be the make piecer. Kind of like when WWE guys show up in TNA and their names are just kind of like slightly reversed. But anyway, Guardians of the Galaxy trailer. Did you ever think that you would hear Space Hog and be like, wow, that was epic?
No, but I've always liked that song.
Oh yeah, me too. But I just never it was just always like that. Oh yeah, I remember that song. It was on 100 all the time. But then I heard it and I was like, holy shit, they actually made it sound good.
Well, that movie, the movie series has a knack of taking already good music, but working with it really, really well. And it, to me, that's not surprising. It's always they've done a good job about lending, good soundtrack work, basically.
Yeah. So
that makes sense. When's the release on that one? Because I know that's a little far out, isn't it?
Yeah, that one I believe is July.
Okay.
Damn.
So,
what?
Summertime popcorn.
That's long wait.
Yeah, it's
We're finally seeing.
Oh no, May 5th.
Okay.
So that's
okay. So yeah, it's got that. Yeah, it's got the Memorial Day type just beforehand.
Yeah. We get to see Rocket's girlfriend.
Dude, this says John Cena's in this.
Get the fuck out.
Yeah, it doesn't say who he's playing, but it says he's there, which is odd.
I mean, I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
They should have had him play Adam Warlock.
I just think it's cool we're finally seeing Adam Warlock.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, I thought that was going to happen back way before.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa, holy shit. Hold on. So Margot Robbie's going to be in it. John Cena and Joel Kinnaman. Idris Elba. So basically the whole Suicide Squad. Ving Rhames.
Huh.
Well, Ving Rhames was in. Wasn't he one of the Wow, Stallone's crew from like the end of the last.
Oh yeah, he
Yeah.
was one. I think he was one of their guys because that's who Michael Rosenbaum, who played Lex Luthor on Smallville. He was Martin X, who's one of the those Ravagers, one of that team of Ravagers, because Stallone's in it too.
Yeah.
Um, wow, and I do love that Borat's daughter is the voice of Cosmo the space
Yeah,
dog.
I was just looking at it. I'm like, is that who that is? And just
Yeah.
looked it up. Yeah.
So, but yeah, man, no, I'm super excited about that. It does look like it's going to have some absolutely like heartbreaking moments in it, though. Like they show when Rocket was a baby and how he became what he is. And if you know anything from the story, like he was just abused as a motherfucker to get to where he's at now. And like they did all kinds of like nasty stuff to him and nasty like surgeries and experiments on him and shit. So that's not going to be fun. But
I'm just happy that I'm going to be able to see my John Cena 3-way. It's still a possibility.
you're not though. You're only going to see it as a two-way.
Yeah. Nope.
Because you can't see him. Which those jokes will never get old.
Where's that slime coming from?
It's the Invisible Man. We knew it.
Yeah, that's who he's gonna play. He's gonna play a gender swapped Invisible Woman.
Yeah.
He's gonna be like Stu's Storm.
Yeah.
Oh man, no, that's exciting. No, that's a good one because that whole series has been nothing but fantastic. So
Yeah, that was one of the ones too where I didn't know anything about Guardians of the Galaxy going into it. It was like a very obscure thing, and everyone involved turned it into something fantastic.
Yeah, I remember seeing those. I remember seeing the books at there's a comic book store in Pittman. I can't remember the name of the store, but there and at Frankenstein Comics with Bill. And I remember seeing the books and always being like, "Yeah, that looks really cool," but nah, I'm gonna pass. And I never picked them up, and especially like during the Annihilation storyline and all that stuff when that was going on, I almost picked up a bunch of that stuff, and I just never did. And now I really regret it because it would have been cool. But then again, I from the little bit that I know of the characters, they're completely different on screen versus what they were in the comics, and I don't know if that would have tainted my enjoyment of it or not. You know,
You said taint.
yeah, you did.
I did. The taint, the grundle, the fleshy fun bridge. But speaking of fantastic, we have the movie that could be our backdoor intro to the or our backdoor pilot, so to speak, for the Fantastic Four in Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, which comes out February 17th. So not long for that one.
You said backdoor.
I did say backdoor.
Now, they dropped the trailer for that too, didn't they?
Yes, they did.
I didn't
Yes,
watch
they
that one
did.
yet, but didn't they already kill off Mr. Fantastic? So can't we just have like the Fantastic 3?
So I'm so torn on that because they're saying that they might do it different. They might say like,
well, it's a multiverse. So.
well, yeah, it's a multiverse, but what they're saying is they might not bring John Krasinski back. I have been so hyped for John Krasinski and Emily Blunt to play Reed and Sue, and if they don't get that, I might go to Disney World and like try and set like a small piece of paper on fire.
Well, I just want Chris Evans to come back as a super ripped Human Torch now. Like
That
I want him
would
to look
be
like he did as Captain America, but I want him to be on fire.
That would be hilarious.
Maybe they'll replace Mr. Fantastic with Cocaine Bear.
Maybe.
I mean, come on.
Chris Pratt's actually going to play all the Fantastic
Yeah,
Four.
see? Yep.
It's be Chris Pratt, and Christina Pratt.
It's me. I'm on fire.
It's me. I'm a rock.
It's a clobbering time. That's another New York accent he could destroy.
What if they got CM Punk to be the Thing?
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it works.
He used to say it's clobbering time.
Yeah.
You need somebody bigger, though.
Yeah, a lot
Too
bigger.
small.
They just put a bunch of rocks around him.
You just Mark Henry. Just glue a bunch of rocks to Mark Henry.
You make, and then you
Sexual
can make.
rocklet.
I was going to say, Kenny Omega, the Human Torch, so they can, when they fight, they're really fighting.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe he'll actually burn them up. Oh wait, no.
I was going to say who.
Hulkamania.
I was going to say which the Dudleys used to put people through flaming tables a lot.
Yeah.
So any one of those people could be the Human Torch, basically.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But no,
gotta be a little Spike Dudley.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Spike could be the Human Torch.
But so they're saying what I keep hearing is that so obviously this is going to take place in the quantum realm, and that's where Kang's city, what is it? It's called Cronus, I believe, is what his citadel is called. And what they're saying is that the Fantastic Four were scientists that went missing in the 60s, and what happened is they actually ended up in the quantum realm. And so since time works differently there, they can come out and be they're the right age in the now times. So then they're still able to do whatever.
But it's written like Austin Powers, so they from the 60s they're in today.
Yeah, no. That's what they're saying. That's what they're saying is that it'll be kind of like the Captain America situation where he's a man at a time. Well, all of them.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah,
and they're all gonna have British accents and terrible teeth. But no, so one of the rumors too was that how Kang is Nathaniel Richards, so a descendant of Reed Richards. They're talking about making that dude from The Good Place, the black dude from The Good Place. They're talking about making him Reed Richards.
I never saw The Good Place or The Bad.
Fantastic show. But
Idris Elba. Leave it.
So,
but they're saying Chick Witty. I can't remember how the fuck to say his name. No, that's the other guy. Fuck, what is his fucking name? All right, well, there's a whole hell of a lot of blank space needs to come out.
It's all good. We'll figure it out.
Richie, fill it with racial slurs.
But if nah, never mind.
you got an interesting cast though. It's pretty cool, because obviously you're bringing back Paul Rudd and Evangeline Lilly and Michelle Pfeiffer and Michael Douglas in it, Bill Murray, Randall Park, who I really like.
Yes.
You got some interesting people in that one. It's I don't know.
William Jackson Harper. That's the guy I was thinking of. And he played Chidi in The Good Place, but his character does not have a name yet. So
no, yeah.
Is that the one that's supposed to have MODOK?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So MODOK, though, have you seen the spoilers for MODOK?
The Funko Pop.
Yeah.
It looked fine. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. Oh man,
it's still a giant head in a chair. That's all I needed. That's fine.
But he's mental organism designed only for killing. He doesn't look like an organism to me. He looks made out of metal. He looks like a robot.
So that one hits February 17th.
Yes.
So pretty
early.
Say
anything about the actual movie? The movie itself looks good.
Let's see.
Saying that this is probably where Scott Lang dies.
They might only have 1 week to win the box office though, because it's 1 week behind Cocaine Bear. So
yeah. Well, that's why they did it. It's Cocaine Bear and Ant-Man Quantumania are actually intertwining. They run into Cocaine Bear at the end of Ant-Man, and Cocaine Bear eats Ant-Man.
It's a shame he's running for president again because Trump could have been a good Cocaine Bear.
I mean, you're not wrong.
You're not wrong. I'm pretty sure when he shakes his head, that's what comes out.
All right. So, and we talked about these. A lot of these trailers have hit recently too. Bob, you had mentioned a couple of other ones though to us. We kind of dove into this, making chit chat about Indiana Jones. I don't know if you want to dive kind of back into that one a little bit, or
so. Just, I really thought after Kingdom of the Crystal Skull that we were done with Indy. Um, I'm part of me is glad that there's going to be another one, so that maybe we can kind of just forget about Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
It looks like they're totally ignoring it too, because like none of the other cast from that's coming back in this next one except for Harrison Ford.
Which is fucking brilliant because that movie was goddamn awful. I hope that they just completely wipe that one out. Like, look, you know that I'm not one for directors going back and changing shit, but if we could just all agree that that movie never happened, I think that would be good. You know, this one looks like it's a little bit more back to form, a little bit more grounded for Indiana Jones movies, and I'm interested in seeing how it goes. And
Yeah,
I'm assuming it'll be the last one.
I read a lot of the stuff that they shot. Because this one's centered in the '60s, space race type stuff. But a lot of stuff that they apparently shot in the movie that's before that, they CGI'd a lot of Harrison Ford. They said it looks so good, but it looks kind of creepy too because you're seeing him young again. So that's it's always interesting. We've talked about that before. Where you're kind of doing that with actors that are aging up or possibly no longer here. And so you have another case of that.
Harrison Ford's 80 years old, so he's doing all this stuff at 79, 78, or whenever they filmed the movie. So yeah,
it's pretty wild. It's cool though. I loved Indiana Jones as a kid, and I whatever disaster that last movie was.
Did you still think you'd be watching an 80-year-old Indiana Jones though?
No, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. But I'm excited for it. It's cool.
Remember we were kids, they had that the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles, and they had the old one-eyed Indiana Jones come out. That's almost like what this is. This should be like the prequel to the Young Indiana Jones things.
It could be.
Lose an eye.
Yeah, maybe he does. Who knows?
I lost an eye and a testicle in a bar fight with Johnny Bench, that bastard.
Johnny Bench and his fucking chupacabra. And then they put my testicle in my eye socket.
Well, I mean, it's possible because it's set in the same time frame. So,
this one time I was in a bar with Harrison Ford.
And I had to cut him.
That's too good.
So, what other movies?
I need testicles to give me power.
That's why I use Blue Emu. It's now 85% emu testicle.
I can still get super hard.
No, Blue Emu is the
that's like pain cream.
Whatever.
Yeah, it's some kind of pain cream that I can only assume is made out of emu juice. They put an emu in a juicer and then
you apply it directly to the forehead.
Yes, you apply directly to the forehead.
Indiana Jones, 80 years old, running away from Nazis. Apparently, there's still Nazis in this, even though it's the 60s. However, I thought there wouldn't be Nazis today, and look where we are. So
exactly, yeah. I thought we were done with Nazis. Apparently not.
Not if you're Indiana Jones, you need Nazis.
Hey, listen, it's kind of like the 80s again because there are Nazis and Russians are the bad guys again. So
I dreamed I had a kid. Don't know what happened with that.
I was going through some of our messages on another one, Bob, and I don't mean to change it, but Transformers, another one.
Oh yeah, dude, how do we forget about that?
Yeah,
I still haven't seen Bumblebee. I heard it's supposed to be really good.
Oh, it was good. It was good.
But I did see that last one that had Anthony Hopkins. Not Anthony Hopkins. Yeah, Anthony Hopkins.
Yeah, Anthony Hopkins. It was terrible.
Yeah, which it was. That was bad.
Yeah, it was miserable.
Jesus Christ.
No, I stopped. I didn't see any of them after the last night, but except for Bumblebee. I came back for Bumblebee. Bumblebee was really good.
Yeah, I
highly recommend Bumblebee. And the trailer for this one looks really good too. They go back and they actually use like the G1 Optimus Prime.
Is Marky Mark in it?
No,
I'm out. Fuck it.
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah, the two top actors are Anthony Ramos and Dominique Fishback. So I don't think he's in it.
thing Shia LaBeouf got kicked out of. He's not coming back in Indiana Jones or in the Transformer things.
Let's see if I can get an actual full. Peter Dinklage is in it though.
Just do it. No,
Who's
Peter Dinklage?
Oh, nice.
He plays Optimus Prime's penis.
He just voices. Yeah.
Does it transform too? No, Shia LaBeouf. They actually at the beginning of Bumblebee, they had a little scene and it explained that he went home to his planet.
Home planet, and died on the way. Right?
Yeah.
He died on his way back to his home planet.
Yeah.
Yay!
He is the Poochie of humanity. Him and Kanye West.
Yeah, I'm just going through the
drink and I
cast.
get hard. That's what I do. Going back to Peter Dinklage. Yeah.
I drink and I get hard. But no, I feel like they did the robot forms really good, everything looks really good in it. Optimus Primal looks really good. They threw all the. I was never a big Beast Wars guy because that was. What were we in high school when that came out?
Yeah, it was after our time.
Yeah, but I'm aware of it.
As we're talking about like all nerd things anyway. So.
Oh no! Listen, I'm not going
to
sit here and pretend that I don't watch cartoons.
I heard it was supposed to be really good, but I think I tried watching it. It was on, and I couldn't get past a really bad. Well, at the time, I guess it was good CGI, but it looks it doesn't age well. Yeah.
No, I didn't like the CGI when it came out.
Yeah.
That's I think, and part of the reason I didn't like it was
I watched Reboot though, and I think that had pretty bad CGI.
I fucking hated. I couldn't stand Reboot.
But
that was one of the reasons I didn't like it was, but I also looked at it back then like everybody looks at everything now where, oh, why do they have to change everything? Why are they changing it? Why are they I was so pissed that they took Optimus Prime and turned him into a fucking gorilla, and they got rid of like Bumblebee and Wheeljack and Jazz and everything. But the one episode I do remember, and I specifically remember it because we were in Florida on vacation. And I remember it coming on at my grandparents' house was they did, or their vacation place. They did a crossover with the Generation 1 Transformers. And so they did a CGI Optimus Prime and Starscream. And it was like Optimus Prime's ghost and Starscream's ghost and Megatron's ghost and shit. And I don't know, that was pretty cool. But
looking ahead on some of these other movies now. Not a whole lot of other ones that got a good trailer out recently, but looking ahead though, you do have some interesting ones coming out in 23. Is anything, if you guys have seen anything that coming up that other than what we've already talked about look interesting to you? Or
I mean, there's this little known movie called Deadpool 3 that's coming out.
Yep. I was hoping that would be on your top one there.
So I'm pretty stoked about that, especially considering Hugh Jackman's coming back as Wolverine.
Yeah.
And it's going to be set in the MCU. So, I'm a little bit excited about that one.
Yeah, there's a not rumor, but maybe another Ghostbusters supposed to hit maybe the end of 23 or into 24. It's interesting.
They're filming that. I saw the release date for that is 23.
Yeah, that 23. Okay, I knew that was close. Not close, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
They're doing another Expendables. I'm not surprised there. There's some interesting ones. There's you've got a
Avatar.
Yes, that's right. That's coming out pretty soon too, isn't it?
I think so. Yeah, I'm not a big fan.
Yeah, I'm not either. But
I've been filming it for 20 years, so it should come out eventually.
Yeah, hopefully.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like one of those. I
don't remember anything about the first one anymore, except for like they had sex by putting their little tails together.
They plugged in.
So the second one's like Duke Nukem Forever.
And Sigourney Weaver is in it, or was in it.
That's good. It's good for audio there.
Yeah.
That's how it happened.
I think they call that space docking, Bob. No, wait.
It's called spocking.
Sorry, start off. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah. When the one man takes the thing and puts it in the force, the other, yeah.
See, it should be called spocking.
Yeah, spocking. That was great audio for, like you said, that was great audio for everybody.
We do our best.
We got to start getting these online so this stupid shit that we do during it like actually gets.
Yeah, if I knew what I was doing, I would do it, but I don't. I can be honest about that.
Yeah.
No, it's going to be interesting. There's some really good ones, I think, in the first half of 23 coming out. The second half, we don't have everything. We don't know everything yet. We know things are coming out. We just don't know necessarily maybe exactly when, or like you said, they're still filming things that have potentially release dates. So we certain things we just might not be aware of.
Actually, it says here Avatar is coming out December 16th.
Yeah, I knew that one was close.
Way of Water. Ooh. Puss in Boots is getting a movie.
Wonka is coming out in 2023.
Yeah, I saw that, but come on, we don't need to do no. I'm not doing that again.
Timothy Chalamet.
Dude, is House Party a remake of House Party? Or is House Party something new?
I don't know. I'd imagine.
I've addressed the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory crap on here before. I'm not seeing it again with another Wonka movie.
Oh,
There's
Christ.
another Creed movie too.
I actually watched the trailer for that one. I'm not really big into those movies either, but
and then there's apparently a movie with Woody Harrelson, Ernie Hudson, and Cheech Marin called Champions that I know nothing about. That's releasing the same day as John Wick Chapter 4, so apparently we'll never hear anything about it ever again. So
right, that's it. That's the only mention it's ever going to get on any media. So they should probably let us talk about it.
Oh, here's a horror fantasy movie where Nicolas Cage plays Renfield, who was the guy from Dracula.
Yeah, he was his. No, Nicolas Cage doesn't play him.
Oh, no?
Nicolas Cage plays Dracula.
Oh, Nicholas Hoult. Okay, gotcha.
Plays Renfield. He's his henchman. He wonders what life would be like without serving his Dark Master. We've got Red 1 starring Chris Pratt and The Rock.
There's another Evil Dead movie.
Yep. Jesus.
Oh, that Black Little Mermaid movie's coming out too. I'm sorry, African American Little Mermaid movie.
Seth Rogen's
Teenage
Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Across the Spider-Verse too, or Across the Spider-Verse. That was Spider-Man.
Yeah. Looks like there's actually a lot of shit coming out.
Oh, yeah. We forgot about The Flash with that wonderful.
Yeah.
They don't even have him listed here amongst the people that are going to be in it, which is wonderful.
Wait a second. Hold the fucking phone.
What?
Blue Beetle is coming out?
Oh, I thought you finally saw the Trolls 3 announcement.
No, I saw that too.
3.
No, but
there's a Gran Turismo movie based on the video game.
Yeah.
Susan Sarandon in the.
Yeah, it's just 7 hours of racing one track.
A new movie with
Kraven the Hunter. They're doing another Spider-Man movie with Spider-Man.
Oh, dude, yeah, and it's what's his name? It's Anthony Taylor Johnson, the guy who played Quicksilver in the Avengers. Is playing.
Okay, so not the one from American Horror Story, the other guy,
right?
Who got shot. Gotcha.
Yeah.
There is a remake of House Party. It's gonna be dumb. No kid in play either. This Champions movie, Woody Harrelson, Ernie Hudson, and Cheech Marin. It's about a basketball team training for the Special Olympics.
Get the fuck out of here!
Might be in it. Yeah, it's called Champions.
That sounds like a 2023 version of The Ringer starring Johnny Knoxville.
Yeah.
They're doing a Teen Wolf movie. They're doing a movie.
Wait, what?
They're doing a movie of the TV show that they did of the movie. So you
Oh,
know Teen Wolf the movie back
yeah.
in the day with Michael J. Fox and then Jason Bateman. They made like an edgy TV show of
Oh,
it,
yeah, they did. Yeah, so
and
they're
now they're
doing it.
making a movie of that TV show.
Oh boy.
And now there's a movie called 80 for Brady, which is four best friends live life to the fullest when they embark on a wild trip to see their hero, Tom Brady, play in the 2017 Super Bowl.
Okay.
It's Sally Field, Jane Fonda, Rita Moreno, and Tom Brady.
Sally Field's still hot for an old chick, by the way. Just gonna throw that out there.
Yeah. That movie sounds awful.
Unless, Lily Tomlin's in it. Rob Gronkowski's obviously in it. Wait, so was this the year that they lost to the Eagles? Because that would be fucking fantastic.
Oh, you said 2017. That's why I laughed, but I think that was the 18 Super Bowl, wasn't it?
Well, it was the 8. That's what I'm wondering.
17 season and 18
season?
Super Bowl. Yeah.
Yeah, is it based on the 17 season?
That's what I'm wondering.
On the 17th Super Bowl, because that would be funny if it's the one where they go and lose the Eagles, because then I'll go see it just to see that.
I don't know. I think it might be the one year before. You know what that Super Bowl was the year before?
That was
that 28-3 one. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're getting that second Shazam movie too.
Oh, that looks really good. It is the 28-3 game. So fuck that.
That's even worse.
Yeah, I ain't seen that shit. But no, I'm looking forward to Shazam. Let's see, what else? This, I don't know, man. There's a lot of shit coming out. I'm surprised. Yeah. The Nun 2, The Last Scream. Oh, the Marvels. So with Captain Marvel and Ms. Marvel and Photon, Disney's Haunted Mansion. It's like a new Kamen Rider movie.
I had my nephews over for Thanksgiving, and they were in my basement playing with my toys. And I only had to take one toy away from one of them, and Joey had my Captain Marvel Superpowers figure with the cape. And super expensive. Like, Joey, can I have that Captain Marvel back? And he said, it's not Captain Marvel. It's not a girl. It's a different Captain Marvel. She goes, oh, I thought it was the Flash because it had that little lightning bolt on it. He's like, no, can I have that back? He goes, here you go. He's like, he had a cape. Where's his cape?
That's Shazam.
$200 figure. Let's not play with that one.
Oh, okay. The Meg 2.
The what?
The
Meg 2.
The shark, right?
Yeah.
I thought you liked Meg, like from Family Guy.
That's what I was going to say.
Shut up, Meg. No, but there is a shit. What did I see that reminded me of Family Guy that I was like, oh, I'm just not even going to talk about this one. Megan. There's this movie Megan, and it's an artificial intelligence in a lifelike doll that's programmed to be a child's greatest companion and a parent's greatest ally.
Does that mean it bangs the dad?
I don't know, man. I don't know what it means, but it looks creepy as shit. It looks like it's supposed to be some kind of horror movie, but I haven't watched the trailer yet. Oh, it is horror. It says horror. There we go. So it probably goes around killing people. And apparently a Shrek 5.
Oh.
But I don't see anything about it. It just says Shrek 5 and it has a terrible, like, CGI Shrek.
I haven't seen Mike Myers in anything in a while, so I'm sure he needs the money.
Yeah. Oh, but what was the last thing he was in? Was
Halloween.
Yeah. See, and there it is again.
For
some reason.
The bad guy from Halloween was Mike Myers.
I get it. It just was bad.
Yeah, that's why I never said anything.
Yeah. So I think on that note,
yeah,
I think that's thanks for killing it.
Yeah, stabbed all the fun out of the room.
Yep. Yeah. That's, I guess, how we end this.